All right. Mr. Sumit Peer, how are you looking at the situation? Obviously, we've covered the Russia angle, we've covered the Donald Trump unpredictability angle as well. But what about China?
Uh, Vinny, thank you very much for having me on your show. Look, when you look at this whole tariff thing, there's one thing which is common, and I've been talking on your shows for quite some time. My assessment is it was never about Russian oil. It is not about tariffs. It is basically Trump, maybe CIA. I don't know who told him. Somebody told him you have to kill this Make in India somehow. Because Make in India will replace China. Make in India will replace all your manufacturing dreams. And Making India is going to dismantle everything in the near future. And it's not autocracy. Here it's elected democracy. IPR is protected. Everything is protected. It's a very transparent system, and we don't have that Chinese kind of a quality. Chale to chand tak, nahi to raat tak. What did Modi ji say? Dam kam, dam double, dam zyada. So we were going in that way. And if you look carefully, Vineet, out of 80 billion of exports to US, what he has stricken the most? Once, which help him, he has not touched that. The other part, another 45 billion, which essentially comes from Make in India, which comes from those MSMEs. He wanted to strike down that. He has struck down that because he was pushing Modi. You compromise on the interest of farmer, you compromise on the interest of dairy farmer, fisherman, and the MSMEs, which Modi said, "Main diwar ban ke khada rahega Modi. He will not let it happen." So when you don't want to do that, Mr. Modi, so let me hit you here. Because I want this thing to go. I want you to keep on looking for markets. I want your economy of scales to go. I want your base load of business to go. I want your industry to fail. I don't want manufacturing at a reliable cost and a quality to come up from India, because that will be the future of the world. Because ultimately, why do our cars sell in the whole world? They are at a very reasonable price and they are very durable. Whatever we make today, Vineet, it sells across the whole world. He knows Indians dominated pharma. He knows Indians dominated IT. There are a lot of things which we are dominating, including space. So in order to kill the baby in the bathwater, this whole thing was there. He chose the sectors to put tariffs which are essentially Make in India, vocal for local and vocal for global. Exactly those sectors are chosen. Why? Because you have been advised that kill them before they're born. And why didn't, if it was about the Russian oil, why didn't you put tariffs on Russia? Why did you say, okay, 90 din baad dekhenge? We'll see after 90 days. Why are you trying to mess with the world's largest democracy when you're the world's oldest democracy? How come your best friends are dictators of Mullah Military Alliance of Pakistan, autocrats of China, and possibly Kim Jong-un? And when it comes to the world's largest democracy, you seem to be getting on a war path with them. The idea here is you are scared of India. You are scared of the India's demographic dividend. You know India's demographic dividend is for us 70 to 100 years. You don't want them to get up. You don't want another IT revolution to happen. You don't want another pharma revolution to happen. So you are trying to hit India on all the aspects. And on the top of that, ego gets into it. It becomes a dangerous cocktail. The cocktail can be a whiskey with a water, but if you add whiskey with hydrochloric acid, that is also cocktail. But wo khatam kar degi. I mean, that is what he has done. Rather than adding water, he has added hydrochloric acid to it, and he is trying to scuttle everything. He's trying to even destroy his economy. This man is about I, me, myself. I have no remorse in calling him a narcissist. That is what he is. That is what he believes, and his flip-flops are so vociferous. Even his employees, even his staff doesn't know what is he going to talk next. Look, he made Marco Rubio, come and say, I stopped the war. His press secretaries every day saying he stopped the war. His Secretary of Defense is every day starting, he stopped the war. Now his Commerce Secretary is also saying he stopped the war. Now for the sake of God, American cabinet has become the laughing stock of the world. We used to joke about Pakistanis. I think they've beaten them on the TRP today. I think they're doing much better on the TRP than Pakistanis. Because this man wants to run it about I, me, myself. And still that white man's ego, I'm not being racist here, Vineet, but that white man's ego, I'm sitting in the White House, मैं तुम्हारी किस्मत लिखूंगा, मैं दुनिया का शहंशाह हूं, मैं बताऊंगा 140 करोड़ लोग क्या करेंगे और तुम मेरी बात सुनोगे. And you know what is his problem? There are two problems here fundamentally with India. One is what I told you. Another two problems. Look, India, we buy Russian oil. We buy Russian weapons. We also buy Israeli weapons. We also do business deals with you. We run your IT. We run your pharma. You are depending on pharma on us. Our techies and our doctors make your America go. At the same time, we are the best friends with Muslims. We are part of I2U2. We have a very good relations with Jews. We have very good relation with the Islamic world also. And there is a prime minister whom your CIS has said, you cannot buy Modi. CIS said, you cannot buy Modi. Uncompromisable. Then there's a prime minister Modi. He's in I2U2. He's in BRICS, he's in Quad, he's in SCO. Modi ji is the only who has a distinction of being all these formations where she is not there, where Putin is not there, and where Trump is not there. So these two characters put together, now that nationalistic flavor, that Swayam Sevak from Sangh, nothing to lose, मैं तो फकीर हूँ, जोली उठ के चला जाऊंगा. He's not like Trump who has billions, who wants to keep billions for his children. He's not like Trump who wants to cut a crypto deal with the Pakistanis. After Pahalgam carnage, 5 days after that, Trump's family funded business was in Pakistan, signing MOU with Shahbaz and the failed field marshal. I mean, that is the reality of the world about his cryptos. Modi ji doesn't have something like that. So that makes India very unpredictable for him, very dangerous from him. So what has been advised? Kill them, scuttle them, break them. Don't let us cross 5 trillion, because at 5 trillion you can't do anything to us. And at 8 trillion, we write the rules of the game. He doesn't want you to reach there. That's what Modi ji said. हम तीसरी नंबर की इकोनॉमी बहुत जल्दी पहुंच रहे हैं. That was a direct message to Trump. Come, do whatever you want to do. We are becoming number 3rd economy by GDP very, very fast. अपने सारे घोड़े खोल दो. Do whatever you can do. You cannot scuttle us. Look, Vineet, $40 trillion out of $40 billion out of $4 trillion. 1%. 50 countries in the world. We can divide the risk. We'll overcome it. We'll have PLIs. We'll have this duty drawbacks. We'll do something. We have around 700 billion in the bank. We'll not fail. But it is important to fail the psychophancy of this man who thinks he still rules the world and he's some reincarnation of a Christ.
All right. We